are fighting sometimes think that giving each other the silent treatment is not really fighting.
But the silent treatment can be a highly toxic behavior in relationships. So in today's Relationship Reboot, we're finding out how common this behavior is and how to avoid it at all costs.
Our relationship guru is Dr. Kirsten Lind Seal. The silent treatment is perhaps more damaging than people would think at first blush.
Yes, exactly. People sometimes think that because we're not fighting, we're not hurling angry insults at one another, that we're actually not fighting, right?
We're not fighting, it's fine.
It's fine. But the thing about the silent treatment, it's a form of, so the definition is when we withdraw from verbal engagement with our partner or loved one, right? And there's also a tone quality, right? We've talked about in Relationship Reboot, but about tone before, the feeling, right? And so it's when you do this significant withdrawal and this sort of, I mean, the other two people say giving the cold shoulder or stonewalling, right? That's also like.
But if it's so toxic then for a relationship, why do we do this?
Well, I think what it comes from is our inability. So the person who gives the silent treatment is often, the positive way of thinking about it is that they really just can't in the moment think of what they need to say, or they're so triggered that they just get really upset and flare, right? And
but
so
is that the most common reason for it?
No, generally speaking, people who give the silent treatment are actually doing a form of what we call coercive control. And that means that people who give the silent treatment are actually doing it sort of to punish. You know, I'll show you, right? You should know what you did wrong. You know, why should I have to tell you? Which is also this, which falls into mind reading too, which we want to try to avoid in relationships too. People do this often.
So is this different than, I think about, well, my husband's a little quiet. Is that different than what we're talking about?
Yes, it's totally different. And in fact, a couple of nights ago, so remember, I'm a marriage and family therapist, right? But not perfection here, right? I came home, my husband said something about something that I had said that had, he didn't like it, and, or sort of, can we talk about it? And I had a really hard day. And I said, I could feel becoming defensive.
Yeah,
like, well, I've had a really bad day. But what I said was, because I've had a lot of practice at this, I said, you know what, can we talk about this tomorrow? I've had a really hard day. I don't have the bandwidth.
Kind of when you go to sleep and say, can we sleep on it?
Can we sleep on it, right?
Yeah.
So, again, that goes to the never go to bed angry. Well, never go to bed angry when you're like really wanting to hurl things at each other. However, taking a pause in a relationship or taking a break so that you can calm yourself down, that's not the silent treatment.
Okay.
Because, and what's important is that you say that. That's good, in fact, yes. And you need to say that and be clear. See, because here's the difference. When you say, you know what, I've had a hard day, I can't talk about this right now, let's talk about it tomorrow. What you're doing is you're connecting.
And you're addressing it.
And you're addressing it. You may not be resolving it, but that's okay. You can resolve it another time. The silent treatment is a disconnection. And that's why it harms relationships so much. Because the person who's giving the silent treatment is like, try to guess how to get me to start talking to you. And the other person's like, hello, I'm here. Can we talk about this now? I'm feeling really shut out. And it can be very, very lonely when you're the object of a silent treatment. Sometimes I work with couples, they'll come in and I'll say, well, let's do a check-in, how was your week? And one will say, well, we didn't talk for 5 days.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Imagine living, right?
Yeah.
That's
a bad sign.
Well, worse than that, right? I mean, to me, this sounds very controlling and very, the word abusive is so loaded, but this is emotional and psychological abuse, isn't it?
Yes, therapists and social scientists talk about that it actually does fall under the category of abuse because one person is holding all the power and the other person doesn't have.
Helpless.
Exactly.
So what can we do then to avoid it?
Right. So, well, if you're listening to this and you're the person who's doing the silent treatment, consider when you feel like you must shut down, because that's actually a thing that I think also happens, that people shut down.
Sure.
Just try your best to say to your loved one, you know what, I can't talk about this right now. Can we talk about it later? Because just that small bit of communication will be enough to keep the connection going, right?
Okay.
We have to keep connection in conflict, and that can be the hard part. If, on the other hand, you are on the other end of the silent treatment, waiting until it's over and then saying, this was really hard on me, this is unfair, I feel terrible, sort of really explaining what it feels like to you. And then if you don't get any, this is sometimes where people do need to go seek some professional help.
So make sure you talk it out. Always good to talk it out.
Always good to talk it out. The timing may be different, right? Introverts and extroverts have different times when they're ready. Both people need to be ready to talk it out, but that would be my advice.
All good advice. You don't strike me as someone that does the silent treatment.
No, I talk way too much.
All right. Thanks so much.